Well, Rory has asked me to tell you about the Model A restoration. Where we are at the present time is got all the undercarriage restored, all the steering, bearings, axles, rear end rebuilt. We rebuilt the transmission totally and cleaned up the engine and the starter and generator, and then I fixed it all up with a temporary firewall and dashboard and steering column holder, so that actually the plan is now to drive the chassis around and test the brakes and the rear end for noise and the transmission for how it shifts and all of that, and the general running of the car without the body on. And that'll be really easy. That'll make it really easy to adjust anything or fix anything up if in fact we have to before the body goes on. So thought I'd just start it up for you now and let you see what it sounds like when it's running. It sounds like a typical Model A, and it runs very well. I'm really pleased the old engine is doing as well. I haven't rebuilt the carburetor, but I think we'll get some good service out of this old engine even as it is. So I haven't made any move to get on with buying another engine or anything. So I think Rory's captured an old photograph of the car before we started restoring it, and that was a picture of it after I had purchased it. It was pretty rusty, so I had it sandblasted, and then we undercoated it with that red oxide undercoat. That's why it looks like that. Ann and I purchased it the first year we were married. That would be about 1962, and we drove it down and drove it around Regina for a while, and then we stored it for 47 years or 46 years when I started to tear it down and restore it. We paid $65 to Mr. Howard Darbyshire, who was the jeweler in Kelvington, and he had used the old car for hunting. He'd taken the rumble seat out and put a little truck box in the back, and his daughter Lois was in my class in Kelvington High School, and she used to come along with this old car and take us for rides in it. So I have a connection that goes way back with this car. It's taken a lot of work to tear it all down, and with the chassis like this, in this condition now, and the body pieces just about all ready to prime, I think a year from now, today is March 31st, 2009, a year from now the car will be all together and finished, I hope. I think I'll carry on now and show you a few of the body pieces that we've had to do major repairs on. That's kind of interesting too. Here's one of the rear quarter panels from the old car, and this part inside the fender was totally gone and rusted out, as was this bottom piece of the quarter panel here. And when I turn it around, you'll see that we've had to weld in new pieces, and we welded in a new piece here and have put a little fiberglass around to make it look neater. This piece is a replacement part for the bottom of the quarter panel there, and my friend who's helping me with the body work glued that in. He's a specialist with that glue, and it's stronger than steel, he swears. So that was an awfully big job to get these quarter panels done and get the actual fender mounting bolts in exactly the right spot so that the fender will mount in there on the original curvature. The door panels in pretty good shape except for this bottom part, which was rusted full of holes. And when I turn it around, you'll see that we were able to purchase a repair panel for the bottom, and again we glued it in with that ultra strong body glue, and have done the filler work so that we've restored the curvature of the door to exactly original. You won't be able to tell this from a brand new door when you're done. That's all for the doors. This is my little paint booth that I put together here. And here's a bunch of pieces that we have all ready for sealing and priming. This is the firewall. The former owners had drilled it full of various holes to mount various odd switches and things that were not stock. So we've restored this to stock, and it'll make a very nice support for the dash. These other pieces are just bits and pieces of the body. This subframe was rusted out totally, couldn't be used again except for these cross members. So we had to throw it away, and I was able to purchase new side subrails and use the cross members from the original. But that was quite a bit of work to get it aligned, and to get it ready for priming. Here's the old gas tank, and I had it steamed out and pressure tested. It's in good shape. I've got a replacement gauge for it here, but it mounts over top of the dash. There's a instrument console goes here, and we're getting well along with all of these major pieces. I think there's 13 major pieces upstairs already primed. They're for storage now till next fall when I'll work on it again. And we have fenders and hood pieces and all of that upstairs. So that's where we are for now.